guys, it's Preston here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how I gained 15 pounds with my off-season training. So jumping right into it. So we're going to be talking about gaining muscle weight. And first and foremost, there is one simple formula that you can follow, and that's your calories in versus your calories out. So with that being said is, if you're putting in more calories than you're putting out, then you're going to be gaining weight, and vice versa. If you're putting out more than you're putting in, then you're probably going to be losing weight. So if I'm here right now and I'm talking with a bunch of my buddies, or I'm even with my little brother's friends, and we're talking about, what kind of supplementing are you doing, or what kind of training, or what are you eating, how many times you're eating, I can really, give a few points of advice, and those points of advice would be, right within your diet, your supplementing, and training. Those are the three biggest things you need to focus on when you're trying to gain weight. So jumping right into it with your diet. So first point with your diet is, without a doubt, you need to be eating 3 meals a day. No questions asked. So, in between those 3 meals too, you need to be eating like a protein bar or peanut butter sandwich, something to snack on in between those meals. You need to make those meals count. But like for me, I'm probably eating like 4 meals a day, 4 or 5. Next thing is you can't skip breakfast. So, when it comes down to it, like during our off-season training or even in season, our strength and conditioning coach always talks to us about, before you come to the workout, come prepared. You need to make sure that you've ate something like a protein bar, like an apple or something like that, so that you're ready for the workout. You're not taking on a calorie deficit before you come in. You need to start off on the right foot, and that's really going to propel you for the rest of the day as well. Lastly is consider how many calories you're burning. So like for me, I burn a lot of calories, and that's because I'm training, I'm doing my agility workouts and stuff like that too. So if you're a guy that burns a lot of calories, then you probably need to be eating a lot more. So moving into supplementing. So there's a lot of questions about supplementing, and first and foremost, the gold standard for supplementing is your protein and creatine. You have to be taking those. So like for me, I go to Walmart every single month and I only spend about $30. There's a lot of guys that say, you can get a better protein or creatine from GNC, or you can go online, what are you doing? What kind of supplementing are you taking? So there's no secret protein or creatine out there that you can really be taking. You just need to be consistent within those proteins and creatines. Next thing is supplementing is secondary to your diet. Supplementing is secondary to your diet. So your diet's really going to be 80% of everything. Like if you're trying to put on 10 or 15 pounds, that's 80% of it. Your supplementing is probably going to be like the next 10% of it. So, just really consider that when you're supplementing. Training. So moving into your training, this is the last 10% of it. That's going to be the fun part. That's where if you're putting it all together and, you've been disciplined and you're eating and you're supplementing, then you're really going to see the results. You're going to be getting bigger arms, bigger chest, bigger legs. That's when you're going to be putting on the 5 to 10 pounds. Lastly is I've kind of already hit on this point within the diet. You need to be strategic with your training. So for me, I during the summers and stuff like that, I work out. I mean, not work out, but I work in a warehouse. I'm moving furniture all day, so I'm burning a lot of calories. But then after that, I'm going to the gym, I'm working out, and then I'm even going to the field after that, and I'm burning a lot of calories doing that. So I'm going to make a reference here to the MJ documentary. So if you watch the MJ documentary, you know that MJ got beat 2 times in a row in the playoffs by the Pistons, bad boy Pistons. And after he lost that second time, he told himself, I'm gonna be the one that administers the pain. I'm gonna be the guy that brings it to him. So he goes into the off season and he's staying after his workouts and stuff like that, and he's benching, he's cleaning, he's doing all these things to try to put on more weight and stuff like that. But his sports trainer, his trainer comes up to him and he says, Jordan, you're running back and forth on the court. You're burning a lot of calories doing this, and you really need to take into consideration that you're burning all these calories, and if you're really wanting to put on more weight, especially muscle weight, then you need to be a lot smarter about what you're doing. So Jordan, he becomes a lot smarter about what he's doing, and he starts putting on the weight. He's not really training as much on the court, and he's able to gain that weight that he wants to gain. So then that next season he comes back around, and after he's done all that training and stuff, he comes back in the playoffs and they beat the Pistons. And then, he pissed them off so much that they didn't even want to shake his hand. None of the Bulls, they didn't want to shake any of their hands. So, for me, and what that looks like is, in my training, I'm going to be lifting 5 or 6 times a week. And then within that too, like, I'm only going to be doing my agility and like my field work probably like 3 times a week as well. Because if I'm doing my agility work on top of my workouts 5 or 6 times a week, then like, I'm going to be in a calorie deficit. So I'm not going to be able to gain that weight that I want to gain. I'm going to be putting out a lot more than I'm going to be putting in. So, you just got to be a little bit smarter about what you're doing when you're trying to gain that weight. And, those are my tips. With all that being said, guys, if you can be disciplined in this with just that simple formula with calories in versus your calories out, and then especially in your diet, your supplementing and your training, and just being disciplined, consistent, and having, creating good eating habits, then you're going to be just fine. You're going to be able to put on those 10 or 15 pounds. So, yeah, if you guys don't mind, like and subscribe to this channel. If you like the message, give it a thumbs up. Thank you, guys.